Alright everyone, this is Tim of Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Didn't do a video yesterday. I was busy at the storage locker, putting away the Online Big Blue valuables before the move. So I wanted to do a video today because there was two topics I wanted to talk about, and I also want to do a segment I'm going to call not MetLife, we'll call it Meadowlands Memories. Because I'm probably one of the few giant YouTubers who spent an extensive period of time at the old Meadowlands. And there's some good stories about the old Meadowlands. There's some hidden gems. But I want to talk about our first round draft choice, Tony. And I call him Tony because, you know what, sometimes you have like Madonna, Shakira. It's just going to be Tony. Because I hope he's going to fit the Giants offense. I hope he's going to fit the scheme. But there's things that come out because now Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox has come out saying he isn't likening the Giants' first-round draft pick, Tony, to get his nomination for. In other words, he's predicting that Tony is not going to be an impact player for the Giants. That he could be a disappointment in 2021. And he said basically, those expecting the New York Giants' first-round draft picks Tony to be an instant play difference maker and the level of Metcalf or Jefferson should be disappointed. The Florida product has undeniable speeds, but is extremely raw as a route runner. Tony may primarily be a gadget player early in his career, and while there is value, many Giant fans may be disappointed that he isn't an instant 1,000 yards pass-catching receiver. Okay, there's some truth to that, and there's just some stupidity to that. Yes, Tony is very raw as a route runner. He is, I think one scout called his route running ability unique. He relied more on his speed at Florida and his elusiveness than he did on his technique. 100% true. Not accurate. Christopher Knox got that right. There's no qualms about that. He has undeniable speed. Yes, he got that right as well. But I think intelligent Giant fans are not thinking that Tony's going to come in and be a 1,000-yard receiver. I've said this before. If you were looking for a more polished receiver, someone that is going to fit more into the starting lineup alongside Kenny G and Darius Slayton, Bateman out of Minnesota would have been a better pick. Now, if you're going to go off pure ceiling and potential, Tony may have a higher potential than Bateman because of his elusiveness and his ability to just play off his raw ability. Now, the problem is you can do that in high school. You could do that in college. But as soon as you hit the NFL, everyone is just as talented. Now, of course, there are always guys that are above talented, but everyone is just as talented. It's not like you got some guy that shouldn't be playing. Well, that's not the case. The Giants have had some situations where there's some players that seem like they walked off the street in the years past that come in and fill a need and fill a position. We're not going to say anything, Jerry Reese. But once you reach the pro level, everyone's kind of on the same level. You're not going to have those tremendous mismatches that you have in college and in high school. So I think the smart Giant fan understands that Tony is going to come in as a returner. He is going to come in as I'm not going to say as a gadget player, because while he will be used in certain formations, he will be used as a decoy at times. He will be used as a primary target at times. But his load his load at the beginning of the year is probably not going to be what some fans suspect. But like I said, the intelligent fan will understand what he's going to be used for. He is going to need to maturate into his role as a receiver. I could see him mainly playing in the slot, maybe being the old H-back type player as well. Put him in the backfield, put him on the outside, put him on the inside, put him behind the center. But and I don't think, as he says, he's going to be a gadget player. I don't like that word, a gadget player. Gadget player to me, it was like Pat White from all the Miami days. Someone like that is a gadget player. Tony has ability outside of being just a receiver. He's going to be a formidable weapon as a returner. And that's something you can't overlook, because not that our special teams in reference to the return game was horrid. It could have been better. And I don't like having Peppers back there returning punts. I cringe and think of Jason Sehorn. I know Jason Sehorn got hurt on a kickoff, but I cringe and I see Jason Sehorn every time I see Peppers return a punt. And you know what's funny? I don't know what we're going to do with Julius. Why do I always call him Julius? I don't know what we're going to do with Peppers. I really don't know. Because I keep thinking of Julius Randle and I keep thinking of the other Peppers. But I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do with him. I don't know. We're at the 5th-year option. I don't know if we're going to sign him. I don't know if we're not going to sign him. It's an interesting thing because of the fact that you have Xavier McKinney in Logan Ryan. But Logan Ryan's not going to be around forever. I think personally, Peppers fits the Giants defense, fits Patrick Graham, and he should be signed. I just don't know what kind of money he's going to get. But let's getting back though to Mr. Toney. If you're a smart fan, you are going to understand that he is going to be used in a special way, not a gadget way. He's going to be used in a way that is going to accentuate his skill set. People also need to remember when OBJ came into the Giants and came to the league, and when OBJ was taken, 14th overall. He did not set the world on fire in the beginning. He had the hamstring issues. He really didn't make his presence felt until about week 3. So I think Giant fans need, I hope, this is what I hope, and I've said this a million times. I hope Giant fans are patient with the kid. I was not a fan of the pick. I'm still not a fan of the pick, but I think you need to be patient with the pick. And I think that's what we need to look at as Giant fans, because of the fact that I think he will fit a role on the team and he will fill a role on the team, but you can't go all crazy about it. If he has 6 catches in the first 5-6 games, he's not a bust. Don't go crazy. Don't go nuts. And I've said this a million times, and this is going to be our new motto. Be a fan, not a fanatic. A fan understands the game and understands the team and understands every team has strengths and weaknesses. A fanatic is someone who goes off emotion from week to week and doesn't understand, you know what? You may be great one week, you may suck the next week. It's just like life. Be a fan, not a fanatic. I wanted to talk about a bargain bin free agent for the New York Football Giants. I'm still not sold on the offensive line. And I don't want to go out and get Moses or Schwartz or whoever the Giant Nation's going to throw out there. I don't think that's a good idea because of the fact that you are trying to build a continuity with a young offensive line. I want a guy that can come in and fill in the offensive tackle position whenever needed. I know Nate is going to technically be the swing tackle, but Nate has really never gone between positions. I mean, well, I should say, gone between the different sides of the line. He's always been pretty solidified at the left tackle position. So I want to bring in a guy who is older, who has started in the NFL, and who has the potential to actually be a swing tackle. And I honestly still feel that Nate Solder's best option for the Giants, and I know he hasn't played it in years, but is to fill in at the guard position. I think we can hide some of his deficiencies, but rely on his technique on an interior position. I still think that might be the best option for Nate Solder. But the guy I'm thinking about, again, it's not a sexy name, and it's a guy you can probably get for a veteran minimum, is going to be Dennis Kelly. Dennis Kelly's offensive tackle, 6'8", 321 pounds, out of Purdue. He was a 5th-round draft choice of the Philadelphia Eagles. He's played in 104 games, started 47. He's actually got a couple touchdowns, which is kind of interesting. He got them later in his career. He's a guy that kind of came into the league, didn't make he was never a guy who was going to make a big splash in the league, which is fine because, like I said, I'm not looking for him to make a big splash. He is a reliable backup. He is you know what he is? He's a more talented Cam Fleming. And I know a lot of people know I hate Cam Fleming, but he's got more talent than Cam Fleming had. If you take a look at his career, he played in 13 games as a rookie, started the last 10. He started 3 at right guard and 7 at right tackle. So again, he can play an interior line position as well. He hasn't played it a lot recently, but he can play the interior line position as well. He kept signing 1-year contracts with the Eagles. He basically signed 1-year deals from 14, 15, 16, and all the way through 16. He played in 14 games, and 16 started 2. He signed another year of contract, and he left the Eagles back in 15. He was back in 15. Whatever. He was traded to the Tennessee Titans in 16. Again, he played in all 16 games in 16. He was used primary as a sixth lineman. He also helped DeMarco Murray get the AFC rushing title. And this is something I want you to think about for a minute. I want you to hear what I'm saying. He helped in 16. He was part of the line that helped DeMarco Murray win the AFC rushing title. Okay. Then he signed a multi-year extension with the Titans in 16. In 17, they had Conklin, they had Taylor Lawn. I can't remember his name. The Giants. The Titans finished 6 and 7. They qualified for the playoffs. He played again. He replaced Conklin when he tore his ACL later in the year. Then better at 18, he played in 11 games. He started 5. Again, he's a guy that has come in. He actually helped. Gano was part of the line that helped Derrick Henry win the AFC Offensive Player of the Month in December. In 19, he played in 15 games. He started the first 4. And then he came back into the starting lineup, and he scored his first touchdown on a 1-yard pass from Tannehill against Jacksonville. I remember that game. Then he scored his second touchdown during the Kansas City Chiefs playoff game. He became the heaviest player, which I thought was funny in the NFL, to catch a pass and a postseason pass. And then he was set to become a free agent in 2020. He signed a 3-year, $21 million extension. He was going to Conklin left, of course. The Titans drafted Isaiah Wilson in the first round. He was expected to compete for the starting right tackle position with Wilson, but Wilson only played in 1 game. Kelly started all 16 and helped Derrick Henry rush for over 2,000 yards. 2 backs that he has been a part of the lineup that have either won a rushing title or ran for over 2,000 yards. He's a guy early in his career that could swing between the inside position and the outside position, between the guard and the tackle, and he can rotate between the tackles, between the right tackle and the left tackle position. 31 years old. He was released by the Titans on March 2021. Better run blocker than he is a pass blocker, and I know everyone's going to be concerned about Daniel Jones standing upright, but we also need to be concerned about opening up some holes for whoever's running the ball. I think he would be a good fit for the Giants at a low-cost contract, 1-year deal. You can give him a 2-year deal. Don't guarantee any money for year 2, or guarantee a minimum amount of money for year 2. He is a offensive line professional. Like I said, he's played in 104 games. He started 47. He understands how to play both on the interior and the exterior of the line. I think he would be a good guy to bring in with the young guys that we have and be a rotational player. Just my thought, just my opinion on that one. Last thing I want to talk about is going to be Meadowlands Memories. Had a good one, and I was thinking about it because it was the championship. It was his championship game against the Redskins back in the '86 season, and I was laughing though because and I was there. It was the game where the wind was swirling. It was like 50-mile-an-hour winds or whatever, 40-mile-an-hour winds inside Giant Stadium. And that's back then. It was Giant Stadium. You could see the toilet paper and the things swirling on the field. And it was funny, though, because that's where more of the legend grew that the Giants, when opponents were kicking into certain goalposts, would open up certain doors at the other side of the stadium to create a draft to help push the ball a different direction so it wouldn't go into the goal, when they were kicking the field goal. And I thought that was funny though, because it doesn't, if you think about logistically, it doesn't make sense that if you open the door at the other end of the stadium where someone's kicking in the other direction, that it's going to create enough of a draft to push the ball to the left or the right and not make it go dead center. But that game was another game where that lore was kind of embedded in Meadowlands history. That and Jimmy Hoffa being buried in the end zone. But again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could subscribe, ring that bell, I think that means that'd be awesome.